Hello, we are Laurentiu and Alexandra. We are twin flames in Harmonious Union, and we are Master Certified Ascension coaches with Flame Universe. And today we're going to speak about why you might experience a lot of pain on this journey. Why maybe so much emotional pain, emotional disturbance? Why do you feel so bad? Because it does happen a lot. I speak with a lot of people, and they tell me how bad they feel, how many negative feelings they come up, and they don't know how to overcome them, or like they just like overwhelms them even because it does happen very often. And mostly at the beginning, when you start the journey, you will maybe have a hard time to deal with them or knowing where to go, what to do. But let's first of all discuss of why do these feelings show up. Because at times I see this misunderstanding. Well, before the twin flame journey, I was happy and peaceful. After I started to be awakened to the twin flame journey, now I'm not happy. I'm feeling bad. Everything is kind of broken and not moving anymore. So the twin flame journey is what brought me the pain. No, that's not really the case. Did you want to answer to that?
No, I just find that thing funny, and I'm like, oh, it's the twin flame journey that, brought me the pain or is making me suffer. But the thing is that usually when you start the twin flame journey, you have what is called an awakening, right? An awakening is not like new stuff are coming into your life, is becoming awake, right? So that means like you become aware of the things that are there. So
Already.
already. So I think, yeah, I love how you put it, because it's like you can get kind of either frustrated or be like, oh, before my twin flame journey, everything was amazing. And now he came into my life and my life sucks. And that's just not true from what we talk with people. For example, I was just working with somebody, and she was going through just pain, a lot of pain, actually. Like she felt very heartbroken because, she was afraid that her twin flame is gonna reject her and abandon her, and like she's not gonna be supported, and all of these things. And I think a lot of you may empathize with like feeling that way, or you have felt like what. Like, I know I felt like that at some point in my journey.
Mhm.
And she, was like, well, I guess like I don't want to be on this twin flame journey anymore. I can just, I can just like I can give up on my twin flame, and I don't even want to like be with him anymore. I can just be whatever. And I'm like, would that truly make you happy and resolve this pain that you're feeling? Well, no, but like at least I wouldn't have to like deal with the idea that maybe he will reject me.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's not really living a happy life. And you can see how, and this is what I see with a lot of people, that before the twin flame journey, or before they have like started experiencing this, they maybe have experienced this, where I'm like, well, I'm good now because like I'm living in such a way that maybe I don't have to deal with the rejection, or I don't have to deal with the big elephant in the room, that they have
Mhm.
big abandonment issues, or like I don't have to deal with the fact that I'm getting abused by all of my friends in my friend group. I'm just here because I am so afraid of being alone that I'm going to accept being mistreated by everybody, because otherwise I just cannot tolerate the idea of being alone. So this is better. And I think this is what I have seen with, a lot of people on the twin flame journeys, that life has been very painful for them. Either they have had like a lot of childhood trauma, either they currently were or are like in toxic dynamics with their family, or they have abusive friendships, or just people around them, or like they have like a job that is completely draining them. There is just like a lot. And I think like when you have your twin flame awakening, that's when you become very awake, and very suddenly these things that is just like a boiling point. I feel like we can live all our life and pretend everything is fine, and we're like, everything is fine, everything is fine, everything is fine. And then boom, the twin flame journey happens, and then just everything is just not fine. But that's not because the twin flame suddenly came and everything is not fine. That's just because everything was not fine already, and we have been just very good at like ignoring it or tolerating it.
Mhm.
And because of the twin flame journey, or because of the mirroring that happens with our twin flame, these things just become absolutely intolerable. So, for example, we can talk about, and this is again something that I see with a lot of people that I have worked with, is that, oh, well, I'm upset with my divine masculine because he is, again, rejecting me or whatever. Meanwhile, this person has experienced trauma with their father for like their whole life. And all the men, even before the twin flame journey, have mistreated her, or like took advantage of her in some way. So this is not like new. This is not new. And this is what we help people see generally, is that yes, the boiling point, or like the explosion, or the dark night of the soul, or however you want to call it, usually has happened because of the twin flame or because of this awakening. But when we take a step back and we look at the whole life, we see, well, actually, these things happened in childhood, or like in a first relationship, or in some traumatic experience that happened in the past. It's almost never new per se. So like, why is it so much pain in the twin flame journey? Because this is the amount of pain that has been ignored and accumulated throughout like the entirety of your life, throughout past life, towards like however you want to call it. That is just like pain, emotional pain, maybe physical pain at this point. And it's there and it needs to be released, because we are not meant to live a life of pain. And I think this is what having a spiritual awakening and being on a twin flame journey, it's like an awareness, is that you're not meant to experience this pain. This is not a normal way of living. You being in a perpetual fear that a man will abandon you, so therefore you devalue yourself and your standards, is not an appropriate way of living. Being afraid that you will be alone, so therefore you have friendships in your life that are toxic and abusive, is not a normal way of living. And I can go on, but there's just like so much going on this side that we accept as normal. And yeah, like we have like a tolerance here. Like we, as people and as souls, we are not meant to live this way, right? Imagine, like, let's make a parallel with the body. If you do not take care of the body, it will get sick. You are not meant to eat only chocolate every day. Probably a lot of bad things will happen with your body if you just eat chocolate every day.
Without anything else.
Without anything else, right? So it's the same exact thing happening. At some point, something has to give, and it's not in a bad way. It's not because you're wrong or you're bad or you're anything. It's just, yes, there is a lot of pain, but this is being shown to you so you can work on it. So you can like choose to have better relationships. So you can choose to have love into your life. So you can choose to have more abundance or more safety or healthy relationships or just anything here that you desire and you haven't given to yourself, right? So think about this. Do this little mental exercise of like, take one thing that has like upset you with your twin flame, and just take a moment and it's like, have I experienced this in my life in any other way? Maybe with my father, or maybe with my parents, or maybe with people in, childhood, just take a moment and think about it. And my bet is that the answer is yes. You have experienced this in some way before, and this is just recurring things for you to move through and heal. Good. Well, with this exercise, this is the deal with the pain. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see each other in the next video. Bye-bye.